Hello everyone, welcome to the final talk of motivation. This is a key area. Even if you have time and money to learn a language, your own love, interest about it has to be strong too. So, in the beginning, your motivation would be really high. You'd be excited. You can't wait to learn the next part, to keep on going. And then after some time, you know that suddenly it's not so interesting anymore. You feel that, oh goodness, I want to, but not really. It feels bothersome. Maybe you feel lazy at times, or even not sure why you're still doing it. So, I can share with you a personal story. At a young age, I had to learn Cantonese, but I lived in England, so it made it very difficult for me to understand why. Obviously, my parents would say, this is part of your heritage, your life, your past. You should stay connected. That sounds all well and good, but being young, I couldn't really follow that closely. First of all, Chinese is a hard language. So many strokes, thousands of characters. It is highly confusing. Also, the motivation wasn't there. I wasn't really interested in learning the language. I couldn't see it helping me or pushing me in any way in life. Now that I'm older, really older, I can see that learning that language would have been very much beneficial. I can see that I should have tried harder, push myself, have more motivation, and basically get stuck in. I couldn't do this at a young age. I didn't know how or why. But if there's something you can relate to, something you can create an interest on concerning your language, not only will it make it easier, but also it helps you remember better. So what you can do is create an interest. What kind of movies, drama, TV shows you find interested in the language? So we're going to look at English. With movies, I would recommend King's Speech. This is a great movie about a king finding it difficult to speak publicly in front of his audience. It's a heartfelt story, and I'm sure you would enjoy it too. If that's not your thing, we also have many kinds of genres. Take, for example, animation. There's a movie called How to Train Your Dragon. It's about a young boy called Hiccup, and he discovers that dragons don't have to be your enemies. And it's a really interesting story, great voice actors, and something you can enjoy and learn at the same time. Next, drama. We have Sherlock Holmes, the BBC series. It has a unique twist on the old story, and it's set in the modern times, and a lot of interesting cases where he tries to find out the mystery with very unique mindsets. Right. Next, there is The Middle. This is an American show, drama, and it's a comedy. It's really funny. It's about a family struggling with many different family-related problems. I recommend this because it's something you can watch from episode to episode, and it's not too tough on the mind. If movies and drama, they aren't your thing, you could look at TV shows. We have Kitchen Nightmares. Gordon Ramsay, the famous chef. He's also known for the F word. He goes to different restaurants across the UK. There's also the American version. And he looks at real restaurants. He investigates and finds out why they're so unsuccessful. He gives them advice, and there's quite some drama in it, but a good twist. You know, if you don't want to just watch stories, you could look at cooking shows. If cooking shows are not your thing, we have talk shows. Ellen's show. She is in America. She's real funny. She also does the voice of Doris in Finding Nemo. She talks to a variety of guests, celebrities, and it's quite relaxing and enjoyable to watch as well. Then you can look at music. Do you have a favorite artist? Maybe this artist will inspire you to learn their lyrics. You could sing along with it, get better as well. I recommend Ed Sheeran. He's very popular right now. He's from the UK. I know, I'm sure everyone's heard him as well, but it wouldn't hurt to start there. Also, we have Phil Collins. He's a classic. He sings a lot of songs, and you could check him out as well. We also have books. Well, with books, we have Harry Potter. That is actually one of the books that I started reading because of the storyline. I'm not really a book person, to be honest, but after watching Harry Potter, the first movie, The Philosopher's Stone, that really motivated me to actually read the books to see what happens next. So I'd imagine it'd be really useful for you and interesting to learn from that. As they say, books are much better than the movies, unless it's an action movie and you can't quite describe that. There's also the games. Did you know Telltale's, this video game publisher, developer, they have really interesting games with storylines, and also they use other topics, other popular shows or drama. For example, they made a video game based off The Walking Dead. Also, Back to the Future. In addition to Game of Thrones. If you're into puzzles as well, they've also developed a game called Puzzle Agent. Not only do you get to play the game, but there are puzzles for you to do, and the instructions, dialogues, also the different areas of the game, all in English, so it's a good way to practice from there. Finally, travel. If there's a country you're really interested in, maybe to visit or to live or work, even study there, why not find out more about their culture? And when you find out more about it, you can look into the kinds of media they use, watch their movies, their drama. What kind of TV shows do they watch? How about music? Right, and some examples, a couple actually, here we go. We have Australia, United States, yeah. If your interest is strong enough, this will motivate you to keep going. But finally, there's also the objective of learning for a purpose. Your purpose could be to study in another country. That will motivate you enough to put in the effort. Also, work. If you want to work for an international business or work overseas, learning a language will very much help you on continuing with your learning journey. One final thing I want to mention is, if you can, find a study partner, someone who feels the same way as you. This is a great way to keep each other going. You could create milestones with one another, get targets, missions, objectives in how much you want to achieve. This way you can support each other, watch each other, and make sure to keep the motivation strong. So with a strong motivation, you can, as I said earlier, learn it easier. Memory better works when things you learn are things you are interested and enjoy very much. And also, this will keep your learning process continuous. It won't suddenly die out if something were to influence it. You can keep motivation strong as long as you know why and what you love about it.